और हम लोग फिर दादर स्टेशन या वीटी स्टेशन जहाँ भी उतरते थे बोलते हैं फिर मिलेंगे फिर मिलेंगे। और जैसे ट्रेन चली जाती सब अपने अपने घर चले जाते हैं और हम एक दूसरे की फिर मिलते नहीं हैं मोस्टली। सो मुझे ऐसा हमेशा लगता है कि काम करते रहना चाहिए साथ में। और मेरी खुशनसीबी है कि काफ़ी लोगों के साथ मैंने बहुत काम किया। काफ़ी डायरेक्टर्स हैं जिनके साथ बहुत सारी फिल्में की हैं, एक्टर्स हैं जिनके साथ मैंने 12-12, 13-13 फिल्में की हैं, हीरोइंस हैं जिनके साथ मैंने 12-12, 13-13 फिल्म की हैं। अभी आदि के साथ मैंने 2 फिल्में की हैं। तो उम्मीद करता हूँ कि इनके साथ और भी काम करूँ, संदीप के साथ और काम करूँ। पता नहीं शोभिता काम करना चाहेगी कि नहीं पता नहीं। शोभिता है ना, मुश्किल है ना। तिलोत्मा का तो आई नो शी विल 100%। एंड रवि तो मेरे जैसे पुराने चावल हैं, काफ़ी साल से अरसे से काम कर रहे हैं। और इनके साथ पहली बार काम किया। इनके डैडी को मैं जानता था, बहुत बड़े प्रोड्यूसर थे। एंड तो दोस्ती है, काफ़ी लोगों से दोस्ती है और दोस्ती रहती है। ज़रूरी नहीं होता कि रोज़ मिलना बातचीत करना, मगर हम लोग जब 5 साल या 10 साल या कभी प्रीमियर पे मिलते हैं और कभी कभी पार्टी पे मिलते हैं तो उसी तरह मिलते हैं जैसे कि बहुत अरसे से मिले हुए हैं। एंड ये बिना ट्रस्ट के तो लाइफ ही नहीं है। ट्रस्ट करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। आप ट्रस्ट नहीं करेंगे तो मज़ा नहीं आएगा। जैसे कि मैं जब काम करता हूँ तो मेरे पे संदीप पे मेरे को पूरा ट्रस्ट है कि संदीप जो है वो ऐसा ही इज़ द डायरेक्टर ऑफ द फिल्म। सो जब वो ओके करता तो मैंने कितनी बार मॉनिटर पे देखा होगा संदीप, हार्डली। संदीप मुझे बुलाता था कि अनिल आगे देख ले। तो मुझे इतना ट्रस्ट था कि मैं मोस्टली 99.9% मैंने कोई शॉट देखा ही नहीं है। कभी कभार थोड़ा कंटिन्यूटी के लिए या कभी कुछ ज़्यादा अच्छा शॉट दिया तो बोला था यार आगे देख ले। बट यूजुअली आई हैव नेवर, इतना ट्रस्ट है मुझे संदीप साहब पर। और जैसे हमारे जो चैनल जिस तरह जो हमारा प्लेटफॉर्म है हॉटस्टार, डिज्नी प्लस, उन पे मुझे पूरा ट्रस्ट है। अब तक मेरी जब पहली बार जब शो शुरू हुआ था उनसे बात हुई, उसके बाद ज़्यादा बात ही नहीं हुई। उन्होंने कहा कि जो उन्होंने किया, उन्होंने जो भी किया शो के लिए अच्छा ही किया होगा। तो मेरे को पूरा ट्रस्ट है कि जो भी आदमी, जो भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल पर्सन है इस फिल्म के अंदर, उस पर ट्रस्ट करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। वो बिना ट्रस्ट के फिर वो थोड़ा खटास रह जाती है। तो इट इज़ वेरी नेसेसरी टू ट्रस्ट पीपल हुम यू आर वर्किंग विद। एंड कभी कभी बिट्रेल हो जाती है, वो बहुत कम होता है। अब आपको दुख भी होता है, बट मैं इस तरह का इंसान हूँ कि रात गई बात गई, नेक्स्ट डे आई फॉरगेट अबाउट इट एंड आई मूव ऑन एंड आई एम एज वार्म एंड एज फ्रेंडली। मैं चीज़ें को आई डोंट रियली होल्ड ऑन टू इट। काफ़ी लंबा आंसर दे दिया ना मैंने।
अच्छा था,
थैंक यू।
Sir, Prabhat from Filming and Aditya, this side. Sir, you have done wonderful films throughout your career, but one film, Ashki 2, was favorite with the viewers as well as might be you will be loving the film. So Ashki 3 is coming, Karthik and Fatima has been finalized. So do you think they can do the same magic as you and Shraddha ma'am have done on screen?
No, why not, yeah. But it's been Karthik and Fatima, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, when I first heard of it, I think people asked me if I wanted to be a part of it, but the second part I took a long swim, at the end of the film. So I don't think that character can can return for a sequel. I think the team that they're putting together, from whatever I'm hearing, is a great team, and I'm really looking forward as a film watcher to see what they do with the next part. I'm sure they'll do a great job. Yeah.
Hi.
आशिकी 4 मेरे साथ बन रही है, by the way.
Hi, this is Dipali. I have 2 questions actually. One is for Anil Kapoor sir. I wanted to know from you, ये जो role Shelly Rungta का है, it's almost, the character is almost, he's very confident, he's overconfident in some ways. And I read somewhere that you said that any role that you take, you're always slightly, apprehensive about it. आपको लगता है कि will you be able to perform it to the best of your ability or not? So when you have a character like this who's overconfident, does that take any special prep from you?
Certain roles, yes, need a lot of prep, and some roles which are completely opposite to your personality.
Right.
because in real life I'm not that overconfident. I'm not that flamboyant. I'm not so power hungry. I'm not, that I will go to any extent to achieve what I have to achieve. It's completely opposite to my. I am very, very people's person. I am quite, as people say, I try to, you know, laugh a lot, smile a lot, energy, positivity, and it's completely opposite to my personality. तो मुझे अपने आप को बहुत कुछ रोल्स ऐसे होते हैं जिसमें मुझे बहुत रिस्ट्रेन करना पड़ता है. I have to be very understated, very low key. So for that, sometimes it becomes little. I have to prep for it so that I'm very, very calm from inside, mentally and physically and spiritually, for me to project that kind of body language and demeanor. And कुछ roles ऐसे भी होते हैं जो which are very much the way I am. So उसके लिए फिर वो इतना prep नहीं होता है. तो I just somewhere there's some roles are there where I just be myself, and I do it and I have a lot of fun. Not that that is also easy because so different roles have, जब मैं Ishwar I had to prep a lot, when I did Ishwar. When I did Lamhe, I had to really, I'm not that kind of person, what I played in Lamhe. और जैसे कि जो फिल्में मुझे याद आ रही हैं, आसानी से मशाल जो था, it came very natural to me because मैं चंबूर का था. I am brought up in that kind of an atmosphere of delinquents which were around me, the kind of kids. I've grown up with those kids. So I was very fortunate that early in my career I got those kind of roles which were very much, it came very easy to me. Mashal, Andar Bahar, Karma, these kind of films, and people liked me in those characters. And then slowly and steadily, like Wo Saat Din, Beta, these kind of films, Mr. India, were very not. I had to put in a lot of thought to it. And then, of course, more important than that, when I get these kind of films, the writing and direction, director कौन है और writing क्या है, that is very, very important. So मेरी पूरी responsibility है. I become more comfortable when these kind of uncomfortable roles come to me, but the director has that wisdom and experience, and he knows what he wants. So then I trust him and I do it. So I'm very careful when these kind of films are offered to me. I remember when Wo Saat Din released, Raj Saab ने कहा था तो he saw the film, he liked my work a lot in Wo Saat Din. And बोलो तू ऐसी फिल्में किया कर, ऐसा तो रोल कोई कर नहीं रहा, these kind of roles. तो मैंने राज अंकल को कहा कि I said you were very fortunate, and other directors, and there were such great writers and filmmakers who were making those kind of films, a very selfless, good man, nice man, a decent man, who is totally selfless, innocent. To get that kind of innocence and that kind of purity, you need certain kind of director. Like when I did with K. Vishwanath, I did Ishwar, I was just following him. And I did Wo Saat Din में बापू साहब, I did शेखर के साथ मैंने मिस्टर इंडिया किए. तो उसमें उनमें खुद में एक बचपना है, एक मासूमियत है उन डायरेक्टर्स में. Javed Saab, when he is like a kid, he's got a sense of humor. The way he wrote it, so it became very easy. Now Subhash ji is a very fun-loving, very flamboyant, has got a certain kind of body language, he loves music, he's larger than life. So I did those kind of roles with him, so I could follow him and imitate him and do those kind of films. और मेरी तारीफ हुई उनकी वजह से, उनके डायरेक्शन की वजह से I could do those kind of roles. So I've been, different preps होते हैं for certain roles and certain films. But once we have a great filmmaker behind it, or a good filmmaker and good writing, then half or 70% of your battle is won. And then you just have to you just have to work as much as you can, but the director takes care of you. So I'm basically a director's actor. So the prep depends on whom I'm working with, what role it is, from film to film. Yeah.
One more question for Tilotma. Tilotma, now you've done different sort of roles in your career, and each role, like one has never been able to box you, which is great. But is that a criteria for you as well when you're considering a role, when you're offered a role? Is that one point in your mind that how different is this from the rest of the work that I've done, or does that come much later in the list of priorities?
No, you're very right. The thing is, I get bored very quickly. you know. And I think it's a childhood thing, because my dad was in the Air Force, and every 4 years we moved to a new place, and we learnt a new language, met new people, went to a new school. And of course, then I never wanted to be an actor, but I think it was a preparation for the future. And I feel the same way. I played a maid in my first film, Monsoon Wedding. But the representation of of a class that is less fortunate was depicted in such a romantic, magic realistic way. I didn't realize actually that I would have to bear the cross of having played a maid, a domestic worker, and that directors could only imagine me to play a certain class. And initially in my career, I didn't have much of a choice. I kept taking those roles where I played marginalized characters. I played people who were from a poorer, economically impoverished background. But as my bank balance grew and as I grew older, I started feeling a sense of anger that I'm actually making money from playing a certain class that I don't belong to. I'm not poor and I'm not rich. I'm just an actor. I should be allowed to play both, you know. And it took a few filmmakers to take that risk and imagine me differently. But yes, I was definitely bored, and I love what I do. So it's really something that I thought hard about it. I had a completely different academic career planned. I left that for this because I love it, so I can't make this just a job, which I will just repeat myself ad nauseum. I can do many other things to earn money, but this is something I love to do, so